Xbox might have just had one of their best showcases of all time. 2025 could go down in history as the best year for Xbox Game Pass ever. If you weren't able to catch the live presentation, Xbox just made several release date announcements and revealed a new Ninja Gaiden.
So you've come, Raven.
Fuck off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
Ninja Gaiden Black 2 is available now. You can download it and play it right now. As you know, Avowed is coming on February 18th, so we now have a January game with a February game right around the corner, all available on Game Pass. The February game, Avowed, I got the preview when I was over at IGN, and I really liked it. I do think it could wind up being quite an enticing RPG to try out. South of Midnight also got a little bit of a showcase, and they confirmed that it will be released on April 8th. The big one for me, however, and one of the games I have been really looking forward to, was Doom: The Dark Ages.
Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
And we got a meaty gameplay presentation taking a look at all the new mechanics that you're going to be able to utilize in the battlefield and how you are going to wreck shop as the Doomslayer this time around, be that on a laser dragon or in a giant mech or on the ground with a pretty cool shield. And don't forget, all of that is on top of Ninja Gaiden 4, which will be coming this fall. All of those are going to be on Game Pass. And we also got confirmation about The Outer Worlds 2 earlier this year and Fable, both slated for 2025. It was also pointed out that all games support Xbox Play Anywhere and Xbox Cloud Gaming. Buy once, play on Xbox consoles and Xbox app on PC with cross saves and cross progression. That was from a tweet Aaron Greenberg commented on, and he also had a follow-up to Colt Eastwood, who clarified that the reason Ninja Gaiden 4 exists is because of the trip Phil Spencer took to Tokyo to get the ball rolling, so to speak, on this project. This is an Xbox Game Studios published title, and that is why we are getting it day one on Game Pass. Platinum Games had the expertise we felt was ideal for working on Ninja Gaiden, and with support from Microsoft's Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming, the three companies were able to take the next step towards creating a brand new Ninja Gaiden. I am very excited for this one. If you told me to guess what game it would have been, I never in a million years would have guessed that it would be Ninja Gaiden of all things. I put a poll out on X.com asking what fans thought about the event, and they overwhelmingly gave it an A. 69.2% of 6,353 votes gave it an A. And if my poll is not good enough for you, my friend Ryan over at IGN did a separate poll asking the same question. He got 5,151 votes. 73.3% of players said they thought it was a great conference. And while I have you, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Now, in addition to all of that, we also got news about Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which will be coming on April 24th. And yes, it will also be day one on Xbox Game Pass. So once you're done with Monster Hunter Wilds in March, you have South of Midnight on Game Pass, Expedition 33 on Game Pass. And then in May, you have Doom: The Dark Ages, along with whatever comes in the summer. It's a really stellar lineup, and it was a really, really cool show to see from Microsoft. I feel like anytime I talk about Sony, there are two things happening. Either Sony is doing great and Xbox is doing poorly, or Xbox is doing poorly and Sony is doing great. And right now, all of the news I've heard lately is not looking good for the PlayStation brand. They have now canceled most of their live service games. You'll remember Last of Us Online canceled December 14th. The Horizon MMO canceled after NCSoft falls on hard times. They canceled an unannounced live service God of War game. Bluepoint and Ben Studio also had games canceled. The Twisted Metal project was announced as canceled in early 2024. Ted Price is retiring. Granted, he's been there 30 years. He planned this a year ago, and this is sort of natural for him to retire at this point. But it means Insomniac will now be going through some leadership changes, and that might always cause a little bit of ruffled feathers. So I hope that all of this tumultuousness, that's the word I usually use, is about to settle, because honestly, I don't want a world where PlayStation doesn't have exclusives coming out regularly. I am very excited about the Xbox lineup, but I also want to see Sony succeed. The games are better when Xbox is pressuring Sony and when Sony is pressuring Microsoft to make better content and services, something that they have excelled at. Criticize them all you want for the console sales. It is clear the console sales are not working for them, but content and services is growing even without the Activision numbers inflating it. And Activision is Microsoft now. The one big own I constantly see online is that these games are coming to PlayStation 2. Good. That's great news. That means you're going to be able to play wonderful games. I am really excited that more gamers are going to get to experience this. This is one avenue where I disagree with the console purists who feel like somehow they're getting less because PlayStation gamers are going to be able to pay $70 to play the same games that they love. To me, and this is just my personal take, more gamers getting to play great games is a good thing. Should Sony do it also? Sure, but they're not. Xbox is. Kudos to Xbox. They're making a lot of money, and that's what makes businesses keep bringing you great games. The conclusion of this video, though, is basically to say that 2025 is an absolutely incredible year for Xbox Game Pass. I know I do the meme and the joke about it all the time, but just that list alone is incredibly exciting. And you add on top the fantastic Call of Duty that did really well for them, the fantastic Indiana Jones that everyone is lauding, also about to come to PlayStation at full price. I say Game Pass is a can't beat value right now. So I'm really, really excited about whatever is next for Xbox, and I'm going to ask Phil Spencer about that later today. I stayed up late to film this video, but if you're on Patreon, it will be there first, and it will be on YouTube 24 hours later. I hope you'll stop by and check it out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell. A huge thank you to all of the Patreon backers: Christopher Addy, Inner Machine, Philaroni, Savage03, Spingitter 889, and the Scarecrow 121. I do really very much appreciate you. If you want to become a YouTube member, you can do so by clicking that join button, or you can support. The best place to support is patreon.com/SaveStatePlus for all my gaming coverage. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out my preview of Assassin's Creed Shadows. You can do so right here. I put a ton of work into it. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.